accepting the fact that life is hard will free us. This is something that I have been reflecting about lately, especially today, because we're having our first snow this year here in Toronto. And life is about to get a lot harder. And this is one of those days for me when no trick out of the box is just working. I set myself a modest goal of working on a project for 25 minutes, and I was just failing at it. It's just my attention is scattered, and there's a lot of self-judgment going on. And I think behind all of this, there's this sense of perfection that, like I'm supposed to sit and focus on whatever it is that I'm trying to do, and should just fall in place. Should be in flow. But oftentimes it's not like that, and it's just hard. Difficult sensations in the body. Your brain doesn't work, even though the surroundings are beautiful. Like, look at the trees. And during those moments, it's helpful if we remind ourselves that life is not always fun. I was listening to a video by Dr. K a few days ago, and he was talking about how Western psychotherapy and Eastern philosophies have very different takes on this. So a lot of Western modalities, like modern therapeutic modalities, they're about, you feel bad, so let's do something to make you feel good. Like, let's make you do some breathing exercises and try to get you into a state of absorption. Or how about changing your thoughts? If you have more balanced thoughts, you'll feel better. That type of stuff. So they're basically trying to feel good. Whereas in Eastern philosophies, let's say Buddhism, it has got this very radical view that there are only two things that are guaranteed in life. One of them is suffering, and the second one is death. And as a living being, you're only entitled to those two things. Now, sure, these are modern times, and we have got more tools and pleasures available at our disposal to make us feel good. But then oftentimes there are days when none of those tools seem to work. And then, because we believe that it should be otherwise, we might make the mistake of thinking that this is somehow wrong. This suffering that we're experiencing is somehow wrong. For those of you guys who are still sticking out till this video, if you have watched my videos, you know that I used to make manifestation content. While that has its place, I think one thing that gets largely overlooked is in the manifestation space, they would oftentimes have you believe that you just have the right thoughts. You're always going to feel good. But the thing is, it's not like that. Damn, look at these trees. Beautiful, eh? So it's not like that. And manifestation is all about running after your desires. It's essentially running away from the present moment. But if you can't ground yourself in the present moment, if you can't cultivate a sense of detachment from your thoughts, even if you had everything that you ever wanted, the mind has a way of just moving the goalposts, right? The person who has $1 million wants $2 million. um, because we make the mistake of comparing ourselves with other people. Like, it's just a habit pattern that society and school and your peers and family, like everything in your surrounding kind of keeps feeding us with these mental habits. So it's very hard to break out of that. So we really need to come home. We need to come home to ourselves. So I was having a difficult day, having trouble feeling comfortable in my body. And if I had more money in my bank account, if I had whatever material success, I don't think I would have felt any better. Yeah, sure, I need the basic, like, it's nice to have this coat which is protecting me from all this cold, and not having to sleep on the side of the street in the middle of winter. But there's a balance, and there's research on this. I don't need to quote that research, it has been quoted a million times. So all that said, how do we use this in our advantage? Like, realizing that life is difficult, and it's going to be difficult no matter wherever we are and how much we achieve in life. One thing that happens is you naturally start relaxing more. I mean, your shoulders loosen up, and your nervous system is not revved up all the time. You can relax and take a breather and enjoy these beautiful trees, right? It's kind of like, it reminds me of this Zen parable that I learned recently. It's this monk, shit, my hands are freezing, so I'm just gonna switch hands. The Zen parable where this monk is being chased by a tiger, and as he's running away from the tiger, he is by a cliff, and now the only way he can possibly have any chance is by jumping off of the cliff, but in that case he's gonna die. So he climbs off the cliff and then is hanging from a bunch of grapevines. And then he notices there's another tiger at the bottom, and the grapevines are they're not that firm. How do you say that? English is not my first language, but who gives a shit? So the grapevines, they're gonna tear, and there's another tiger waiting at the bottom, and then he notices the grapes and plucks one and tastes it. He's like, the grapes taste pretty good. So this is, I think, what happens when we accept that life has an inherent level of difficulty. This human existence, the existence of a living being, has a certain amount of suffering baked into it. You can relax and enjoy the grapes. I'll make more videos on this channel about how to actually relax and accept that, because there are processes to that took me years and years to learn. So stay tuned for that. And if you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you think this was total garbage, don't. Whatever works for you. You know, life is good. Take care.